Today's video requires a little bit of explanation. Last week you saw me ride the Flume Trail with our grandson, which was supposed to be the beginning of a 6 to 8 week road trip. But after just 1 week, we returned home unexpectedly so our mechanic could take a look at our transmission. It wasn't throwing any codes, but while we were driving to our campsite one night, I thought it wasn't shifting properly. Our mechanic didn't find anything wrong, but we went ahead and changed the fluids in our transmission and differential. And then we hit the road again. I would have ditched the rest of that week's video, except that we met an ingenious couple from Redwood City with a self-built Sprinter van. I wanted to share their build and also get around to finally responding to a viewer request from a year ago. And look who is driving. The kid with the learner's permit.
What kind of hazards he's looking for in a campground?
Yeah.
He said small children, dogs, and Granny's taking B-roll.
Good job, kiddo. No fin, huh? This is what happens when you get really wet firewood.
So that's a fan in your hand, right?
Yeah.
So that technique is called the log cabin attic fan. Is that right?
My goal of this channel is not just to document our travels, but also to add value to those who are considering van life, building vans, or just want to see how other people live their van lives. We met Jody and Eric at Fallen Leaf Campground. They test rode our new bikes and invited us to tour their self-built van. Theirs was a nice build. In fact, we met up with them again just a few weeks back at the Van Expo in Olympic Valley, where they won Best Fit and Finish. I think that's the fan that George uses.
Oh yeah, the Sirocco?
Yeah.
Yeah, that plus the Max here does pretty well for us. We need to put in little stops here.
Yeah.
But really the right choice would have been to make it sideways.
Yeah. The Adventure panel.
Adventure wagon.
Adventure wagon.
Yeah. And that was
Panel
great
kit.
for us because, you know, there's so many very specific dimensions that you have to have.
Yeah.
And I'm not competent enough of a woodworker to do that on my own.
Yeah.
And the handles are really good for me because, you know, climbing up into the bed and stuff is helpful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
wow.
So we have, like I said, we don't have a shower.
Yeah.
But we do have a toilet in this drawer, and it's our.
But the question is, do you use it?
we do.
You do. Okay.
Only for number one.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
No number two.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's called a divorce bucket.
Oh, no, that's what we call kayaks. Divorce kayaks.
Two-seater.
And it's extra seating, so we can seat 5 people in here.
You wouldn't want to, but you could.
So
Tell me what you used on the inside.
So I could get the information for you. It's not in my head, but there are 4 Seasons. They have a Reflectix.
Yes.
But it's not Reflectix.
It's not like that.
And then it has like a Permaloft also. And then these are outdoor marine type fabrics.
Did you get it from Sailrite or did you go somewhere else?
Some of them from Sailrite, some from Seattle Fabrics.
Oh yeah, I've gone to their website before.
And then some things I bought from Ripstop. I really like the white.
Yes.
Although it does catch the sun, it's a little glaring.
George always says he likes the white countertops.
Opens it up.
Yeah.
So we have, of course, you have to have a soap dispenser.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, you guys sleep east-west.
We do with the flares.
Yeah, we can't do
well, he sleeps.
that. So who climbs over whom? So he's
He's in the back. The dog is in the corner over by the fire extinguisher. And I'm right here. Here's my little spot. Oh, this is just where we keep our induction.
Oh, wow. You have just enough room there. How
Actually,
perfect.
look how much room we're wasting.
Yeah, but it's convenient. You know, we're not like fiddling when we're putting it away. Just throw it in there.
And then just utility stuff. And this one, and then dishes and utensils, like utensils mostly and spices.
Yeah, I mean, except for the panels.
And then these are just like
Right.
normal.
Right.
I try to keep things in little bins so that we don't get
Yeah, this
rodents.
is 80-20.
Did you make these as well?
Oh, I made this little one.
You did. Wow, you are good.
One of the first things.
Are really good.
I have the Juki 1541
Yeah.
industrial.
Okay. I have a Conso.
Yeah, they're similar.
And I also have a Sailrite.
Oh, you do?
Called?
Shucks and Vans. Here's the little. And they're located in Bellingham, Washington.
Okay.
Emergency.
Wow. Really good. Mine's just
It's nice. It has this little lip.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
very
that's
lightweight. And then
I think ours comes, no, about the same.
Eric, we bought a 3D printer to help with us these things, and Eric printed these for our.
And we
Your
found
old
our
crap.
hats were blowing off with the wind.
Yes.
So I made this so
That
that I
is
can just do
so
that
awesome.
and it doesn't pop out.
That's where I hang our dish towel.
And so then I hang coats here.
Yeah. Oh, great
So
job.
I'm going to refine this a little bit so that it sort of registers on this thing here so it doesn't spin.
shared the pattern for that, or what do they call it?
This is the first public discussion of this.
Oh.
It's side hustle.
Yeah, so these little cover for this
Yeah.
early mount to just make it a little nicer.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Stemming from where we need to convey our dog.
Oh.
And then we built out from there. This is the garage.
Nice. Is this what do they call this?
Riva Hexa.
Okay.
Something
I
like
like
that.
I like your what kind of flooring is that?
This is the stock floor that comes in the cargo van, and we didn't change it.
Wow.
We wanted to be rough on things.
That's right.
Yeah.
Standing up.
So yeah, we've learned that we need to put in some rivets to
Yeah.
little straps to
Right.
tie that in.
Right.
But yeah, Jody made this. It's got the padding on the back, the little grommets and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
No, this one I'm going to recreate
Yeah.
with some scraps.
Nice. You guys have really done a great job in your pull out.
Yeah.
Where is it? Are these your kayaks? You have two kayaks?
Well,
or do you just have a divorce kayak?
Actually, no, we love the kayak. It is a two-seater.
Oh.
And we have not discussed divorce yet. It's actually been really fun. We went for...
I admire Jody for tackling some tough sewing jobs. She was kind enough to share resources for materials which can be hard to track down. I will put a link in the description box. Last summer, we were in New England when someone asked me to record a video about what we pack. And I actually did record it, but when I went to edit it, it was just a mess, and I just couldn't do it. It was taking too much time. So I decided that instead of that, I'm going to do segments of each kind of area of the van. And today we're going to start with the garage. It'll keep it shorter for those of you who don't care about what we pack, but at least it'll give you something I can roll out over a period of time. And this is just what we packed for this trip. Every trip is different, and I'm always adjusting things to find out what works better. So this is our trip to the Sierra Nevada, and this is what we packed in our garage and our trasharoo. Now, a lot of you won't have a trasharoo, but it gives us that little bit of extra space because the Pleasureway Ascent has very little space in the garage. Okay, so this is what we've packed in the trasharoo.
Tablecloth.
Now, the tablecloth is actually one I made because tablecloths were too big, and so I just got a yard of fabric at the fabric store. The fabric that's coated has that plastic coating on it.
If you have to work on the van outside in the mud or the rain, we carry a nice large trash bag to use as a ground cloth. Everybody can use more zip ties. This is a replacement plunger for the gray tank.
Oh, we haven't done that yet.
We haven't done that yet. And then we keep, on the outside, we keep a few of these. So when we put the bike cover in the rain outside in the wind, we hold it so that it doesn't rattle all night long or blow around in the wind all night long. And then inside the trasharoo, this goes at the very, very bottom because the bottom of the trasharoo is just layers of fabric, so it gives a little give. So when this goes on top of it, it's still a nice flat surface. And then on top of this are...
So that hose, just so people know what that hose is, that's for our outdoor shower.
Correct. So then this is the, what do you call it? The mat.
Yeah, that's our outdoor mat.
Outdoor mat.
We don't use it very often, but...
The trasharoo is just large enough to where you put the outside mat, and then this is the bike cover. And then you put a couple of the chairs.
These are our REI chairs.
And this is our the end of the Stinky Slinky that goes into the dump. And then on top of that, this might fall down. I just simply put that.
And that's our
that's what it looks like inside the trash room.
Our hose, which is rated for drinking water.
Right. If we needed to, if we had to put a lot more underneath the garage area, we could put 2 helmets in here. And there she goes.
This is everything we have in the garage, minus the camera there. Okay, what do you want to start with?
This is our power management system. It's not just a surge protector, but actually will shut things down if there's not enough voltage or over voltage, all kinds of things that it does. This is our...
and it's, in fact, if you don't spend like $250, you're not getting...
You're getting a surge protector.
Yeah, that's all you're getting is a surge protector.
That surge protector won't protect you against low voltage, and low voltage is what can really damage a 120 volt air conditioner. Can damage it if it gets too little. Of course, we have 2 different attachments depending upon what we plug into, and of course the big dog bone, if we only can get a 50, need to take it down to a 30. This is under the heading of you hope you never need it, but in case you do, this is if you get a puncture on your tread, you can open it up and fill it with a device to get you. We bought it for
But it
Alaska.
only doesn't work on the sidewalls.
Not on the sidewalls, correct. And here's all the goodies for our air compressor, and this is a real nice inflator for when we use the air compressor. We always carry a 14 gauge power cord, and I bring this just because I like it. It allows us to hook it to 3. This is the 2 chargers for the bikes. This is a short roller table that Debbie's brother manufactures. This is also comes under the heading of something you don't hope you never have to use, but this is a Hummer jack. This has a big base. You turn it and crank it, and it can lift the van fully loaded with great ease.
And we got that from Agile Off-Road.
Yep. Here's our power cord. This is the world famous s'more maker. Debbie's helmet. 1 bag of tools, 2 bag of tools, and as the was it Mark over at KYD has often said, the tool you need is the one you never have. That's very true.
And I'm always saying we have too many tools.
This is a bucket that I put wet things so they don't leak on the inside. And recently we've started carrying a drying towel and a sponge so we can give the van a quick wash if we need to. An extra set of pedals for the bike, a shovel in case we need to dig out.
We've used that a couple times.
We have. It's coming very handy. A pair of flip-flops if I'm going to go water dogging. Extra tube, a shovel. These are
tube for the bicycle.
for the bicycles.
So we have tubeless tires.
Yes.
So why do we carry a tube?
If you cut the sidewall on a tubeless tire, you then have to remove the tire, put the tube in, and nurse yourself back to humanity. This is a starter battery.
Which we've used many times on other people's rigs.
Yes.
I don't think we've ever needed it on this rig.
We've used it on our Subaru a couple times.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So if you have one of those vehicles that you go away for 90 days, and it's always looking for the key fob so it can lock the doors, unlock the doors, that'll drain your battery, and that'll get you fired back up. This is the little inflator for the bicycles.
Right.
Pretty slick.
Open that up again.
Pretty slick. This just screws into it, and I can set the exact PSI that I want. We run Debbie at 25 pounds per tire, run me at 30 pounds per tire.
And we've already given one of those away to my brother, our son.
Yes, yes,
They make
and they
great
love them.
gifts.
They love them.
Yeah.
And a bunch of extra bike gloves and some lubricant and one of those little guys.
And it's hard to believe it all fits in the back of that vehicle.
It's a tight squeeze.
It is. Oh, I think there's one other thing in there that we didn't pull out, and it's behind that wall.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the, we usually carry a spare water pump.
Yeah, let me pull it down.
Okay.
I'll put this in here now.
It's only held in there with Velcro.
Yeah.
But there's a little extra room in there if you need it. Is that the water pump?
This is the water pump.
And didn't we used to carry, was there something else we carried? I can't remember. What was the other thing? Oh, a gas regulator.
Yes, and that's now under the front passenger seat.
Yeah,
That's where
okay.
is it a regulator? Yeah, a propane regulator.
Propane regulator, yeah.
That and a Mercedes sensor extra is in there.
Okay. You go, and sometimes things drop next to the bed. They drop down, so you have to be able to remove this panel to get the stuff that drops in there. Oh, and then we do have these little pockets. Oh, John, here's another one.
Oh,
These
good.
things break all the time.
You
but-
use that on the seat thing.
Okay.
Where you put the plastic bags in the seat.
Yeah. What's this?
That's the Lumo wet shoes.
Oh yeah, we haven't. That's right. I forgot about that. Our friends up in Canada, Judy and Gord, they introduced us to this. And
Whoops.
it's a. You put your wet shoes in there. I guess you could put anything wet in there. And then because it's magnetized, you can take the tag off.
Over here,
Yeah. And it just sticks on the side of the van.
wet shoes.
Cool. We forgot the levelers.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we'll show you where they go once they get back inside. But this is how we level our van. We use these little mats. We bought this was a tip from Steve?
Yeah, Steve.
I think it was Steve. And he said, buy a horse mat. Maybe you can get a used one. And you cut it up. It's really stinky when you cut it up. Oh my gosh, it's stinky. I think we used a jigsaw. But then you can make, they don't
They don't ever break.
unlike those yellow blocks. Yeah, but they don't also lift you as much. We carry 11 of them because I think that's what will fit in the back of our vehicle. If you need more than that, then you get a rock. Here's the final scene. And you can see the blocks take up a lot of space, but we could still squeeze in just a little bit more. And my helmet could go in the trashy roof if it needed to. So there you go. And I picked up some more maps for when we start exploring the Truckee side of the Sierra. I want to share one last tip if you're in the area and looking for a nice little paved bike ride away from the hordes of people. Okay, so here is the southern end of Lake Tahoe, and this is Fallen Leaf Lake. The campground is right here. And if I zoom in, you can see that it sits right alongside Highway 89. So if you leave the campground on the very bumpy potholed road that the locals do not want improved because they don't want people taking shortcuts. Anyway, you come down Highway 89 and I think it's the first left. It's just past the Forest Service. They have a visitor center here. And if you come in here, you'll see it says Washoe Tribal Cultural Center Snow Park. There is a parking area there that was closed when we passed it. But it's called Cathedral, let's see, I think it's Cathedral Road. Yeah, Cathedral Road. So if you come in here, and this whole road, I think it's like 4 or 5 miles all the way back, is beautiful. Lots of trees and aspen, and in the fall when the aspen are turning golden, it should be glorious. But it's paved the whole way. It was nicely paved, and it goes all the way back to some forest cabins, Forest Service cabins. And It's a great ride because there's not much traffic. There are a few trailheads along here. You can actually hike from the campground, hook up some of those those trails right along Taylor Creek. And we had actually discovered this because we got lost on this hike and ended up over here on this road. But there are several parking spots, and a lot of people take their dogs back there to take them, for a walk. But it's a great spot for a bike ride if you want something close to Fallen Leaf, but without all the traffic or all the other bike riders that you see along the paved route that takes you all the way down to Camp Richardson right here. And this road takes you all the way into the Y, which is where the Rayleighs and some of the other stores are, where it hooks in with Highway 50. I love discovering new places and old haunts. It's gorgeous back here. Got to come back here in the fall. This is incredible. Oh, it's a residence tract. Okay. Fire department. Whoa. That was a great ride, and it was a great van tour. Thank you, Eric and Jody. Goodale got a new sign thing too, but they haven't upped the price. It's still $5 per side or $2.50 for the senior. And Keith I think he's right there. So,
I don't think so.
Keith says this is a new way to pay. I think they can get by. So you can scan the QR code.
Yeah,
and then pay with the credit card online. Okay, I don't know if you guys will remember last time we were here, this was a mess.
Oh yeah, remember?
Oh, it was all that debris and everything. You completely cleared this out. Wow, nice job.
And now this is
wow.
Here. It was up to here just 3 days ago. The water was up to here.
Oh, really?
Was over the edge of that bank. The water was up to the edge all the way here.
So during the storm, it flooded.
Yeah, and I built this other bridge with one of my planks, but I cleaned out all of this too. And all the dead stuff that was here. And that's cleaned up. And this one here, I got a 3-year-old walk around there.
Oh, wow.
You can
Wow.
see the water was all the way to here.
Okay, whoops. But you didn't get flooded out at your site or anything.
No. I thought it'd be cool to show you the new stuff in case you wanted to update. But
absolutely.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
There's a hole right there that's
nice.
like this deep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so nice, And I dropped my iPhone 14 Pro right in near that dam, and I was in there for 2 minutes. I thought, oh my God, there went $1,300.
Yeah.
And I just, changed my mind and finally found it.
Good.
It's still working.
Okay, well you've done a nice job getting it cleaned up because it was a mess. Poor Keith, he's got a bad transmission. It's gonna cost him a few grand, and they have to wait for parts to come to Bishop, I guess. We had planned to stop and see Keith on the way up, but that's when that big downpour happened. So it's nice to say hi to him on the way back and get an update. The roads in here do look a little bit more eroded, but not bad. And we're only here overnight, and we'll be off early in the morning to get home early. Getting the tail end of the sunset. Sunset's at 7:30 and it is 7:27. This temperature is perfect.